on the team. Jordan, are you a captain for the side? Jordan, as almost stay positive ahead of Colombia match. Coach Carlos Queiroz and Sudi Tuja after the game. Mario Balotelli and so no betting abo Edema Ghana name boy Edema the Italian national team balo and so Edin Komo Edia for the Black Stars of Ghana yen team no Nina Eyan Koma Yebeko Nea Kwakuti Black Stars and Musika Samia Dinano Nina and so Eguso Kosabajafo Enya Atanse Christian Elha Maxo Nana Asian and so Atanasiana producers Nancy Jacob Achusebe Sans Ena Bright Owusu Ena Afi Clifford Num Trent and so any Jari Adaroma Yeko live Facebook internal pay Facebook na wako change no abashin Pure FM TV ye video no ebe yaba mesra se oba share na wa like na do comment and so TV ka sanso and uko YouTuber ewo ye Pure FM TV on YouTube so no obenya show no enso etima monitor nanyama enso etima ya kama once again ye mamunyina akwa babio enso de badwumadi kese ne se so nkonya so a just 12:30 abo ansani apagya mu ama be show sabaya na seri bi so enkoma aya Dr. Kwame Dinkra woni ayi team no enso de amanyo sem no de abaye de eya gudie mu nsem ena ye de babidi eri Andrew so wetia from Yandi Casters metra mu dem eri ama chairman Bright kan wurugu so representative no ewo America ewo World Cup mo eba bibia enso ekokama brand new week nyankopon enka ye nyina ye ho na mma bidwafo akwaba na fe yen shase enkaja enso enfemum emaro pay so Christian good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Na bibia boko
kakra bende
yele nyankopon as weekend is ku yi
weekend no bola se unya koshi fidia ball no do so ntino obetima hwe boss na ade achi na ade asa ntino efisi e pon adwuma Saturday na me koshi fi no ball na mahwe sa nti bibia dadi
fantastic
Morocco ni Colombia na ne yesi yendoji Portugal ni Colombia na ne yesi yendoji Portugal no and we Portugal ni Colombia game no no one is in doji no so she game ni pa game a Colombia for the man Portugal for no Andy no was in doji Colombia mum
like ko Portugal
this be an shebo ni bi
yeah
senka Colombia any Portugal a bobola and one is who expected to obenya possession
it should be Portugal's
but Colombia dominate ball you pon 90 minutes no na Colombia any nuclear possession they even scored a goal no mo share no any the way a referee no say van disallow you no and the minim a measurement to chrome the measure player ni nayo sa Vitina Joao Pedro any Bruno Fernandes no
Joao
Neves any Bruno Fernandes no krabo na omne se dominate se Pedro be pre ball na I was saying kura Portugal for no Mandy onum se Colombia for no passes of boy no 525 versus 423 by Portugal. Colombia passes against Portugal now 525. Portugal about 423. They dominated. They had more passes. They had more shot on target. They had more shot. All perimeters. No me ahead of Portugal. And you know, say Saturday, no me may see a Montpellier and dodgy Portugal. Me sure Colombia and Portugal no they be near dodgy Portugal mum. The only advantage is that
dodgy Colombia mum.
The only advantage is that born war US honoma party be available because now no born near boy no Andy e hu say certain players be won mo e beba so de but Kamadin de coach na serena
na me zamu say say Kamadin ewo training ground so fa bo na o twa mo pa
asema na me no be kan no say one of those players
o ye bibi o training
ground so because Kamadin there ya man opportunities ni nyina
oh my goodness
me se ba ko bi enyomo 3v2 so be ye Croatia no ye enyomo 3v2 Kamadin the crab ball no obetimi akọ left obetimi akọ right the final decision was terrible but obey ni nyina o but final decision na end product no na Kamadin me whom say wa improve on that decision that sa level no since I started say Kamadin into the Blasters of Ghana no ade ba ko e de abo na chia ye final decision obenya ball na wie now and e say otwe obetwe wie say o run e oberun but o do be be say o take decision a ebe ma the productivity ebe ka na djuma ho ye no ho a and no akofeli and sa 3v2 na enya wo na Kamadin enti make the best use of it no wachere say ebi o ya de training grounds but the jina match mu dia Kamadin ya de obetimi aboye ye next game bia no eni kwaso start Blasters game bia bim
because Kamadin pa na menim no from Rene akwaya no de PG for faso even Hakimi ya ye karasimi Hakimi ya so kwa no de faso all of a sudden just say de the ball no person de ye me shada the speciality pass say first name himself or your ball carrier or your speedster or him dribble but he say all of a sudden ninjina ko just an ordinary player ninjina ko and say Elisha Uso no so
Elisha there say Elisha there cause ma Caleb and nyina home Ozana Caleb yellow card away from say omo next game no it no Saturday dey nyina ka say coach ni pubi obetima rest na on rest Caleb but rest Caleb no the boy in the place of Caleb no Elisha Uso and I mean kind the number of times I will lose you ball Erima Croatia for no sure England for no be the way ball Croatia for no maka say some spaces in the man Croatia for no say the same spaces am England for na before some be share on first goal no near momo similar space o amomo hit ball no ekobo goal post the same space and the side ma omo and omo ko share say first goal no again mistakes in England no ya ma England for mistakes o we avoided mistakes as much as possible and as spaces are on meeting their head here no so no yes our closest spaces in but against Croatia and we gave them the spaces and we committed so many errors. Second goal no say no kona kick no when the ball say na sibu na the ball say and no ball shot and goalkeeper Asari wonderful save and Asari emeki sa save no but Asari emeki sa save ni wie no and the corner kick ni by and sa corner kick na ma bian ko montimi anche second goal no the corner kick ni by no mistake by Sibu wantimi an clear ball no or the ball no so chair ya omunya sa shot ni ball ya Asari there Andy despite everything bian Blasters should lose ye there. But Onimba Adjun said the best player on that night for Ghana, na Benjamin Asari. Players from Caleb do Amobi, from Semenyo to any other Ghanaian player. Ujina Park and so on that day there, the best player for Ghana, na Benjamin Asari. That save was a crucial save, but the only mistake ni buy no, Emma Kona ni buy no, na Isibu. And I think that share your name Colombia game na, Andy. You're very, very, very careful. If see these spaces, you know, any side mistakes, you know, Emma Colombia, they will punish us.
Now, listen.
Yeah, Andy.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, we can call you.
Yeah, me adumo.
Yeah, then I'm going to say, I don't pay no BBI, but I say, I don't pay any man who been as a mammy or kakra and cry. So I don't pay you, so just say, how do you know?
Andy,
how do you know? Her cars and so I'm a man and normally. Nipa omo achichiro omo amu ba video ba gore ba so aya yellow bus ni bi no kono in the middle of the road no ntimi nko going so na emene no na fi passengers no omo fa window no magina car ne so
Charlie this is
as a movie but this is what is happening make no ka say I've been following people's life e TikTok we bia ya na ahomete but anyway Black Stars lose 2-1 at the Croatia last Saturday. Now you see if say yes Portugal sa route no and I in some pese be kwa ko pie be bia e be say ye ko Canada na yakulusu Thomas Partey in the run of 32 matches. Who give this say?
Well, first of all, you be Baswan Kasa.
Yes, you be Baswan Kasa
because first of all, Croatia said they no mbeshe Ghana. But soon say yeah Ghanaians until we always fight for yeah dear. But you want Saturday was an make say Croatia be Ghana be 2-1 but say Ghana be 1-0 only because Ghana yes one we are not a team that scores a lot of goals. What I say but it be Croatians almost a team be almost concede. Until your boss or memo details will be who said the woman and buy. But the issue with say a per se a car USA a call Canada. First of all, two ways. One they say mpanimfo na ewo ho no a mo di team na anim na any team no mo nim bibia bia ya ofie anim.
Okay.
So I will pardon them for that. For example, every tournament FIFA was the favorite. Umpel. But the etene say favorites no or to me boadru baby to me in a frame. So even if you are favored, you still have to play well to get minimum sawata. You say you are favored in tea almost short of goal. Almost short at go, and I say because now I qualify. It's not like that. But they have a way. They have a way to make it work. And those countries, top countries, Portugal, so teams, it's between Portugal and Colombia, and FIFA will favor Portugal instead of Colombia if they have to favor any of the teams. I hope so. Because what Portugal brings on the table, even with Ronaldo Nkwame presence, the following huge on Benyane or finally idea because they wish these teams go forward in the competition. It is over here. In the first game now, Messi, my boy, no, Messi had like Uchobine a clear like red card or even yellow. But referee the question is that we need for him who is going to play the tournament. So this little deal is a woman team who be here Portugal. How many Colombia go? Why was the goal disallowed? On what basis?
I'm sorry, offside. Semi-automated. Almost semi-automated offside.
Uzbekistan also had a goal which was ruled out. But what I say? So possibly say Ghana, if we had finished, baby and I can say finished now would have played Portugal, maybe. And the way Ghana so corner to me, there's a possibility where Ghana might head Portugal so that the plan might not happen. At the early stage now head to or might to head the competition. If you have information and I hope you understand the point. But the information beyond what they are, then I really don't understand what they are doing. Because on the day, everybody should listen to me carefully. Oh, here Colombia and Portugal game, maybe. We got time, maybe.
Yeah.
Ambience, atmosphere, no day.
Hey, that's solid.
Colombia fans were more than 90% at the stadium, and that is the most sought after. Match tickets in the history in this competition. The competition you bring na match ticket and go for April Hopai.
Santem cry.
The way Colombia for they were close by 80% of the stadium. The ambience no more create no and a bonus or money but okay say Mariano money Argentina call final. Yeah, for a Copa America and Argentina show more extra time. So they have played Davinson Sanchez money they have very good players. And again say Odi no so cry air to China. Almost say ye per se ye stay US and ye call Canada na party day. Bobby. Yes, he's our key player, but Adibi or we should be very careful. Sometimes I mean all person should have men and pins and some patch of Ghana about how many matches at the World Cup.
This
so far,
Cup, 3 matches.
Yeah, boss say
3.
You winning say.
You winning 1.
Yeah, draw say
1.
And you lose say
1.
And he winning.
Oh, Canada.
Party Bobby.
David.
So the possibility is that we can go to Canada and still win without partying anywhere. So on Canadian soil is where we got our only win. So maybe, just maybe, the light of Ghana will shine in Canada. What about that one too?
It's also dependent on the opposition.
Patabo winning. So Patabo 2 matches. We did not win.
Yeah.
It is not that he did not play well. He played excellently well, but we did not win. And now they are making ultimacy. And even say Osha ye Panama no cross say ye can be and sanki any lusu game no. Yemfa bibianto yemhwe boy bibia. The better team on the day na why?
Panama.
Which of the games your boy na Ghana ye better team? 3 matches in enough. But so we found a way to beat Panama. Although we're not the better team on the day. But other 2 games that were still not the better team, we could not win. So just maybe, instead of using the word maybe underline. And it's a what my argument now say. Maybe Ghana's light might even shine on Canadians or who knows. And it is good, say, you bring a key player. But if the whole decision was taken only for us to stay for party to play, they are wrong. We are not there to uplift individual. We are there to uplift the nation and the team. Partey is our key player. Ebi kro nima ebese. Ebi so humani ebese. It is sometimes yemma like the adena natural cause yemma ni nyeduma. And the minister what's my argument na say? Yemfa say if Partey cry get say hater. Are we not going to play? Are we saying it's because of that? You winning match and you movie. We'll still play.
The party or yenipa ABI and sorry no. Manusu Siminaso. Na party free more. Say blasters ningu. But the fact of the matter is that in certain tournament, players be on more almost services indispensable.
I understand.
For instance, Argentina without Messi.
Argentina first match, maybe. Argentina first match without Messi, the last match they will still have won. And somebody even converted and expertly taking free kick. Messi Kruja on all three. But what I'm also saying is that say Osha games na ye bona and the Pesawati Masia 3 matches ye boy no. The Apata Mobi was the one we won. Even that game we were not the best team. In those 2 games Apate boy we played very well, but we were still not the best. We could not win either. You understand the point? It's not me using the word maybe, just maybe. Ebi Krana going to Canada no, will be a blessing in disguise. It will try to change now better. Are you trying to say staying in the on US soil? No, a big guarantee. Say next match we are winning, Anna.
But we are stronger with Partey than without him. All things being equal. Your match is now winning. I know you are doing. You can no. It is backed by fact. But just close your eyes and imagine Ghana without Partey against England. So England game no. Partey mobia. Ejuma Partey no. Ebia draw na ebo ni Kenya. What I say? Partey ebo against Panama na winning 1-0 na. We could have probably won by a better margin. Yani Panama na Partey mobino. Ebia Partey bobia. We could have won by a better margin. And Ebia Ghana and Sony Portugal ne ball ewo Canada. So you know make a difference. Ghana ni England, Ghana ni Portugal, Ghana ni which is Argentina. And a ball ewo Canada. The reason why we won in Canada is not basically because of the venue, but because of the opposition. If I say you're Argentina and you Canada, you sure think you bet me because you played in Canada. More na ye boni die player be a here. Bebe do stage be no. Which means say players be, but in fact against England, Partey was the controller. Centre back mu be. Na ye say Partey be show mumie ntem. Ni enya 3 at the back na ye Partey. Pressure by so na Partey jibo na Partey na say calm down. Partey became the coach on the field. Coach in the voice on the field, na Thomas Partey directing. I saw on so many occasions Abraham Tefene Caleb. Na Partey na coaching on the field. Caleb yes no directing. You say apart from ball na Partey boy the leadership of Partey provided and I can bet my last coin. Say Partey more game in England game na Ebian Kenya sa draw. So in as much as say it will be able to me a body, but you have now got to the stage say Blasters or another goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Say we play no. Asara be first choice. Yeah. Second choice or. But can we say Asara you know no more. Do better be able to na. We still have players be on more. We still need them. Obia backup there. But backup no e ho no more. Obebo because the first choice ni ho. Etino me no bia ya adwin say one advantage enya ni say senke bo Colombia or Canada. And a party anymore can be different from say Colombia in US a party available. Can Canada and able Colombia and a party one more. And able US a party one more. And the 2 different stories. We need Partey against Portugal, against England, against any other opposition. We see say or strong. Ghana would need one of our best players, and that is Partey.
You are all making valid points. I say very valid in the course of our discussions.
So beyond the team in the man or the way I'll be managing to get us results. But I say the way you will manage, Obia will send your bear managing. So nobody is wrong. But what I'm saying is that when you are building a team, you don't go there to uplift individual. Michael Essien did not go to the 2010 World Cup. Ghana went to the quarterfinal. Is that not true?
It's true?
So it is not something that has not happened before. Again, even most of our key players, a prior tournament to it, but those who went there were playing. It was the same Ghanaians in a ball friendly UTA against team we were the last friendly before the World Cup. I hope Partey played.
Yeah.
And Ghanaians told us that Partey they drew the tournament cranky in for the same Ghanaians who said that. But when he went no boy no saying we all went. Yingina casting said Nyoma Aye. So it is what it is. Nobody is wrong. But what I'm saying is that tournament in the Yako and this is what I say. See ye kase ye lose game. And not the no credit. It's not true because Metro the issue air cost. We are from high places, but say we be my Metro. But say be a wako tournament, not the whole of the tournament now. Oh, yeah, want to satisfy one player wrong in a team. We don't do that. So what I say to do everything in making sure that people the results in the crowd edit to online so that our key player will be able to play against the next team. We don't do it anyway. So we'll call competition because we say play Colombia. We might be Colombia and qualify. Why not? But what is the possibility in saying? You can't tell us for sure 100% that we are winning and qualifying. And this is what I say. It's what I'm trying to say is that sometimes they drew because a pattern call your friend is saying Canada. But but also what I say, and over too much, he also did well. So what I'm trying to say, with or without Partey, we still can win or can lose. But it's good we get our best player in there. But to put the destiny of the country, online for one player to be able to be available, wrong. We don't do it anyway. I hope so. What's wrong?
Yeah, Matthias. Yababa game nankasemu na yababa a game no ehon komo. Players nankasa so ne individually performance on the day. If you want my edika komasem say Kamadin Sulemana and the likes of Elisha Usunum omnyina ebeka omhonsem in the game. Kwasisibu obo England match no. Said the musi ball match the winner Ghana for ball abaso against Croatia. Ode ye ba bi sa game ne ho nkomo na chese ye he said the name enso esi etia wa hase na ye the other stories no enso we for yanko amano na infa later sa aka no emrem live on Pure 95.7 FM o join e Facebook Pure FM TV obenya dwo de sound no ko YouTube a we search eno e Pure FM TV on YouTube latest thing na enso ba FIFA World Cup one of 32 matches no chance eno e no na South Africa mame fantugas ankoyi Africa, Enya, 9 countries, 9 representation, and will run of 32. Name South Africa after Enram, Omogame, Omofimo, Unimajaba Kwana Ewa, South Africa, and Canada, Ebo game na around 90th minute, 90 plus 2. And I'm Nadia Canada for the share 1 goal bar. Now, Obianim say, Yerom, our extra time. Now, you will South Africa lose to Ayasama to know. I'm a Africa Sauba, Yabena 8 representation, Diramo, and so the next stage of the competition. And on area and the matches no, Mami Fantugas about 5 p.m. Yawo Aya Brazil. Any Japan, and a gamer, and Sunday, sounds and Germany, and Paraguay, and 8:30, and a side game is with Yakoso, Naf about 1 a.m. Netherlands. About area Morocco, another African representation. About that's where she kind of and Morocco and Netherlands match no and with Yakoso no the other one come Ebamu and so Jumadi Sanano pay Yanko a walk up anymore. Mammy a walk up Nagazagasa na yenin come FIFA report on Saka and Sesika on Sabetiaka after a walk up when the Diamante and some a 12 billion euros and Amunsa and Swetnak after a walk up no. Mame Fawe and together the last edition ewo ayakata FIFA according to reporter but Mrs. Komuzakano 6.6 million and almost the agenda World Cup no ever generate 12 billion area times 2 almost not just almost what generate the amount and it's a sikana but 10 billion FIFA and so they want to hobra already be at the cost sports development now almost support 211 members of FIFA no almost support members ni nyina ntano kakra no so to ga sansem no yet mom enso dwumade ne sanopay enom said honsem enso sitie mame fa we ento in terms of spectatorship Jamin Sakam and say unis omuwie group phase matches no before say eno South Africa omu edem na Canada game na enso considerate and say all time record attendance enso by according to FIFA numbers somebody abano almost na group phase no womu enso nya 4.64 million spectators across the whole world and 72 matches no 4.64 spectators and a witness matches no almost say it's all red numbers nearby now even 1994 tournament na kaso mu wie nyina no nani pair no 3.59 million we group phase in kwano 4.64 million mame fa we enter almost average fans per game no 64,508 averagely yebo game bia enipa anko stadium krano nanipa 64,508 and air match no utu say World Cup we enko for pa enum 20 year knockout stages na enum enso nya hwase enum the mama take it air prices na ye nin come knockout air matches no mama fa we enter say take it no asa ebone na fomo mama prices ne bi onu say Mexico Ecuador tickets to the cheapest $2,777 and the cheapest air ticket Mexico Ecuador mami fan to some Argentina Eric Verde ticket on the air for the other for crano $2,721 and other better Portugal any Croatia match of course no and that's what we get because no mama fancy as a Portugal Croatia ticket on the board for $2,222 USA Bosnia mama fancy as a cheapest ticket $1,716 and better only say Colombia Ghana the cheapest ticket for Colombia Ghana $1,263 and our better I know just prices no enough from Brazil Japan $1,028 and I bet for a cheapest air ticket. Sounds and Spain Austria the cheapest air ticket $1,022 England and DR Congo ticket air for $894 France air Sweden cheapest air ticket $878 and which you Netherlands and Morocco cheapest air ticket $795 Australia and Egypt cheapest air ticket $721 Germany Paraguay $682 Switzerland and Algeria $664 La Cote d'Ivoire and Norway $630 South Africa and Canada and game no ticket on air for $467 and at the end of for crowd and as a gamer the cheapest air ticket our fam no Belgium and Senegal $449 and I will bet you out no according to ticket.data.com for and I release our figures where they are yada hon come mamu jumade ne sanopay and the channel mame enko piem enso Argentina mame openina France Enrique Macaya Marquez openiwe why Argentine 191 years mame fan to us enra piem Argentina womu ebo openina baso Argentina team no womu ebo na baso onim say on start e cover Argentina World Cup matches since Sweden 1958 and was started or cover World Cup. Many reporters on Messi World Cup will be ada say Argentina World Cup no penny ebeka fie da bi obaba we was America cover Argentina obutim no 91 solid years and one Emma na crime Emma Emra cover Argentina obu pre-match conference no wama oni coach ni Edis Scaloni and yimfonyini kakra openyi 91 years still we go so cover World Cup matches na just a best 18 walkouts and opinion and sweating away and the 18th edition Urano and so come say Naniaje and we are content and we are at peace with Anyama Esan this year some Argentina for our organizing not just almost open about so opinion as Naniaje pa we are at peace and Mame Fawe into some just a year before a knockout stage game of course no only say players are not according to FIFA one attest a World Cup so a World Cup for the very first time though na 999 players from across 72 group stage matches and 48 teams no and another siakai into 999 players and another future and World Cup matches no Mame Fanto some enra a branch na your friend is Alfonso Davis Fanamami, Onom a captain at the Canadian national team. Now, and our group matches now will be Enra and Ranson Ebe making a debut. I had the first time a FIFA World Cup game. Only Onom and a 1,000 player. Just Obeki appearance. Our World Cup 26. And Alfonso Davis, Bermanic player, no, and you didn't want some Edemamo, show news and Mamin Fawe and to get some Nanano, Leo Messi, Essanso Bogo, Edema Argentina against Jordan, Messi, every bench, Ebenya go, Edema Argentina, Omutimo, Mamin Fawe, Messi, and Casa, Unisel Leo Messi, Abe the first player, washer in 7 consecutive. FIFA World Cup matches 7 successive games meaning message na we see akai enti the goat what is a message no you message and our no go so no and so FIFA World Cup ni mo eno jetie na eno na US man panyin opinion friends Donald Trump na Donald Trump no ko jinko and Donald Trump say yem fancy asawa or no, the only player, the only footballer, one Donald Trump, when he say Onimbobo, Eriche, Pele, Messi. Or said the only player I had the Eriche Pele, Leo Messi. Now, or some Messi, no, Sao Hana, no, near J. According to Donald Trump, or some Messi, Emma Waniji, a baby about TV at Chanasawa Stadium, saw Leo Messi, and the US man Peninsula Baba, yet Emma Ewo Shonos and Mame Fawe and Argentina national team Nankazangaza, woman and reach a new milestone. Mame Fantiga say 50, World Cup, wins, matches on Robin and Ra, and a Sananu game no, and Argentina, and the 50th win. And on the third tomorrow, I win 50 World Cup matches. So we Brazil, now we Germany at the third tomorrow, we win 50 matches no. From Argentina, and I said I win some ACT. Na Maminko at Ecuador, camp. Naminko Dun Commando, Yedim Sack Captain, Edema Ecuador national team, Aya Brantia, Yafanese Anna Valencia, Mamin Fantuya some Nadia changes, and so Enra, the Chinese Valencia. I hand over the captains, you know, at the Chelsea player now. Your friend Moises Kaiser, the Emerald tournament in the Cosono, Wabuyo, Nebum, and Valencia, SM no person Moises Kaisedo, and a lead Ecuador Omutimno, one and over by as captain, managing a captain on the Nebum, or have a beer as a born aircon, any leadership, Kaisedo, and sweat idea. And many almost team no, almost a technical team playing body, and then Ecuador, our team the delegation in and Omotanase, and Valencia, a catch almost a person in the band no, Edema Abrantia, my friends Kaisado, and Swaji Adanase, and the chair, I don't want to know, yet Emma, which Madrusum say, Menoka say, is it Abaka only 2 nations, and woman consider go. And World Cup no so far initially na 4 including Ghana nemum 4 no Argentina I consider a goal Mame Fantiga say Ghana I consider a goal the only teams are one and consider go so far Mexico and Spain the only 2 nations are one and consider a goal and I said they win some now Mame players now almost our direct a goal contribution our World Cup since 2018 World Cup no Upe players are Ekiaka go a contribution World Cup no more Abrantia your friends Nadam Mbappe abo 17 matches since 2018 World Cup no 17 games Mbappe 21 goal contributions goal and as all your assists 21 Leo Messi about 14 matches since that time no Messi our 19 goal contribution. Harry Kane enso of 14 matches. Kane enso of 14 goal contribution. Said the winsome SCTA. Mami Fawe enti sa mami Paul Pogba. Obu kobusa Paul Pogba nra. Se opani World Cup why enebeje. Why na be top scorer? Yenti aye Paul Pogba. The response one answer Mraz and Trophy busa say why and edge World Cup. Why enebeje top scorer? Pogba anu yedi.
Who's going to be the champion and who's going to be the top scorer for Pogba?
Yes, world. France will be champion with 9 goals of Messi, Mbappe. Yeah.
The winners na dia okoye edema onu ankasa ne my France say omena beje na yaka aye top scorers na
champion was going to be top scorer.
Messi ediko 6 see heba 9 goals but Messi de 6 just so betimi ahye more enso dia kan Mbappe enso wasem so no so betimi ahye goals ni Mbappe 4 goals eno aye dia mamenko aye Keveda so ye di nko because jam ya adno a wo ene Argentina ene ebo mu game no na Keveda omo captain I friends Ryan Mendes. Vanamami. I run to the main report said New Zealand police for Asha say I investigate, Now Maxwell T. Almost say in March. Emra Kevet for air prepare Ababa World Cup no Omuko New Zealand. And in New Zealand a national team no Ekosi Akai. Na Emra Omuko no and almost Omufa Baba Wabi Edrema Kevet for say on your translator. And from a Kevet, omu team no, and to know that the same hotel. Nababa and Akoya case, Ediatia Aye Mendes, Sir Emra, Aye team the Bayano, woman on your Bayana Juma as a translator, no okay, say after the game, omu din komo ever hotel. Na over them, and what is Obi knocking will be na Aye Capito, Aye Ryan Mendes and a Baho, na Osem Mendes, Abe Forsono and another. I just say, I say, ama meno kase New Zealand police for no and so start investigations then they say unia kobo friendly match aba wantimi enkwhye no so ababa na oye translator no won na koda anaso akọ no ama girl no akọ case na mama lady no aye drop aye picture bi enso dia ba was him a branch na assault even omia ne mene so this pictures no enso dia ba bonten o just a picture no bi nie o said him a branch friends Mendes eso na mene ama just na baby e moja crowd that aye skin no enti police for enkan asem and odie lady no another screen so no and we twa sa picture we so you ready come Ninyina no aya branch friends Ryan Mendes amra no person getting away e won no and just of force on sa mia ne kon e ma just ne kon enso aye say eno aye de say ya twen de be free aye New Zealand police for aso aye enso betinya ba nemum de tell us almost start investigations no against our friends Ryan Mendes eno aye de mami aye our friends Goliano Simeone eno aye Diego Simeone the baboy na won e wa Atletico Madrid Argentina team wo kan ho nananu game no onya opportunity enso be si akane bi abranche ni mami friend together boy no I reveal aye message enso they will say ne family woman ewo aye group aye chat just omo group bi a omo chat was so be sure nyina obi a was so e ma omo din come no akoyi aye chat bi enso dia ba just no trend to e de beto so dia ma na chat no and some there 3 years ago and no so kwaka our family platform so say ono one day obeshe aye Jesse Esia camp de ma Argentina aye national team no catch on so omo mark in the West or catch on obabo e de ma Argentina national team no 3 years on and that diason and so be national Saturday Sunday diason ebem obo game and so the Argentina at the World Cup and on a Goliano a Simeone na just say no open no nsa and so nyaka the promise of making a family no wa fulfill ayesa promise no and ayesa dey won simsity na mama Netherlands say national jam yadma homachi womani Morocco ewo Montreal and ewo aye Mexico for mami and aye Netherlands omakodru na Netherlands omakodru say o team now ba Mexico unlike said dem US the city no Mexico dey ombeso so pa and aye Frankie Lyon Cody Gakpo and person Memphis dey pay unya bedru ne ama wote onya ba ne ama wote na almost salsa aye dance ne de don't go there we aye Netherlands aye team no e wo Monterrey de aye omni Right, the Netherlands national team on Kodru and I just welcome you Kamana Sansano and Sukema area to make a transfers no kakra Namaka Kodin come from Chelsea Trouble Chaloba a Chelsea player Mina reporter Yosef Fabregas team my friends come come was some actual so come team no esomo Chaloba say Chelsea for Hanma come for Abede £23.3 million Sir Omo Petrabo Chaloba on the Sommer Europe Nyami Aduma next season and a report I mean secondemum the amount is a Chelsea say one total package and Omo pay around £30 million so say Diakano it was a Kobo Fabregas mo one emphasis Kano and some piece not just Omo for a Chaloba and a report I mean secondano qua Odum say Omo Chaloba the Kobo many reports Omo starting Komo with Galatasaray a branch friend said Davison Sanchez Obeface aya Ghana Nyamiya Aduma Saturday ahomache na Davison Sanchez Diamante na dia komo aya team no wama contact Galatasaray se sa defender no so mo epe Diamante se Gala as a 15 million euros utia obenya abranch am friend said Davison Sanchez eno aya report am seka mamen confirm we ma Clement Lenglet deal no enso nya go through from Atletico Madrid, so say Clement Lenglet, everybody ball, Ariama, I Benfica, I team no, also Portugal. Jermaine said, deal no, and so go through, or consign 3 years. And until June 2029, and Ariama, I Benfica, yes, coach, your friends Marco, I Silva, not Odimutin team, I know the player no, when you're a new centre back, and no, I Jamaica. Say on Sababa to your Sabrantia, your friend is some young Aya Diomande, Aya La Cote d'Ivoire player no, Leipzig Aya player no, na Aya between Aya PSG and Aya Liverpool. And rather by Saboy no, I choose or no, or everybody am a PSG. One for Aya Liverpool, Aya team no, Jamaican is Okaya pe, PSG for, yes, I know when you're credit in commerce, our ma agree a 5-year contract. Diomande after the World Cup, ever join a Paris Saint-Germain, a club. Remember, I am a coach. I'm the friend Louis Enrique. I don't a German second, and it's a PSG. Say, and in Leipzig and Commercial. So Leipzig for no nothing less than 100 million. For Abrantia friends said Diomande and latest I mean second you know yeah the on some ends I did to get now Friday and as a Saturday yeah poya ya coffee and Clifford see who story be me and I'm okay now me J phone every day story now not Chelsea as some per Granit Xhaka about Chelsea for a Granit Xhaka Diamante is a sana Chelsea for the crown or my contact a Sunderland so per Granit Xhaka Nina aya because of Xabi Alonso also one ni adwuma e wo Leverkusen and I say Alonso eso be nya Granit Xhaka e wo aya Chelsea near Chelsea for koya almost between £8 million and Sunderland mo agro na wo money so na asem aheda mo di agro na say bia mo aheda say mba be so yawe say 8 million for Granit Xhaka dabi almost Sadio Munye and Jamaican no Julian Alvarez and Barcelona and Sensem no yes say no cause Alvarez pressure a prompted Atletico Madrid club no say almost starting negotiations with Barcelona and Jamaican can almost 2 times and with them Barca one and it's almost a single upfront payment so can the Barca for trading 150 million euros Barca for trading na almost swap deal. So much as a Barca, so we include a player, almost a derby. On person with almost 150 million euros. No, one more no a player included. A deal no, Atletico Madrid almost position on Julian Alvarez and Barcelona and Sensem. Robert Lewandowski 2 weeks ago and Mbeka Chos Waba Abepiemu Ewa America Ao Koshia a Chicago Fire and Penny4 Emma Omo Church project no enso de treno Emma Omo Church said club no enso city Diamante say nyame adma week away Lewandowski ebenya ko sign a contract no eno aye Diamante either send there and some na by close of a day and and by watchana Lewandowski ever sign a contract no Ediama aye Chicago Fire Omo team no eno aye Diamante Malo aye Gusto many reports and we agree with Manchester aye City yes ono so person oni Enzo Maresca ekwa ye adwuma ewo Man City to Chelsea ewe kwa ko new aye right back Enzo de naba because Malo Gusto and also Gusto eso abeko eno aye reporter men say ka yet emamu ewo adwuma de so Saturday no be di commodity trail Sir Alejandro Gramado player no aye likely say Atletico Madrid ever for the free Leverkusen Diamante say deal no ene deal no enso be go through but never sign a contract no it was Spain camp America and a 20 million euros and a Leverkusen for a second sign a contract until 2030 at the Atletico Madrid and a news habe to ja mame abranche friends Matteo Kovacic and I know ofesi Ghana na Kovacic nie unsa Nottingham Forest Tom Elliot Anderson at the Manchester City yes we also request for Matteo Kovacic Sir Anderson akwa almost be here I further back with number Sir Matteo Kovacic and omopenemum separate deals what you say two separate deals and eno reporter men say kan Ronaldo Nazario and mukobusane say yes openye France Zidane and ebe coach the French national team after World Cup we now Zidane obetimi aye eno say and then Zidane ntimi coach wa coach Madrid Ediomaje Champions League Empress Ensida ayo reference Zidane okuta na so no ekita the perfect a profile for that position so we be lead and so we be lead France on team na o reference Zidane ebetime lead na kama eno dey make FIFA World Cup no so far mami goalkeepers are one contested for a Golden Glove no onsa no a clean sheet and omo enso adiye the number of clean sheets are benyano eno na yema just be you so far Unai Simon conceded goal 3 clean sheets Raul Rangel Adam Maiku 2 clean sheets Alisson Becker ewo Brazil 2 clean sheets Camilo Vargas ewo Colombia Tigana Colombia enkofani goalkeeper no 3 matches no wako clean sheets mienu and Diogo Costa ewo Portugal onu so 2 Asare Diano only said the first game or the only 45 minutes and one conceded goal and a second game in the other full game one conceded a goal and on Ayamete Meno Kase Vinicius Junior akwa kodin komodi atuga se ono ne ball na wo bono nya no kwa whoop aya one person oba fight aya racism ewo football mu ayo no Vinicius Junior also the all faces say no on person the next generation black players no and so ebe filisa racism no entino and washase all fight makajo se okopiem ewo ni chrome presola our court what I say our lawyers are ene obi abuse na the case ne ekokota ne lawyers no ene follow untia kapre Vini so person fighting racism every football mo eno Jamaica Arsenal club in your report say I'ma vote Arsenal said the most influential club of the year Arsenal yes I'm gonna record the highest social media mentions and interactions the most talked about club 2025-2026 sima ye did won come up Arsenal team to vote and the media's most influential club of the year according to Arsenal team no Marc-Andre ter Stegen Mami fawe ento yasem unse coach ya friend Michel ako club na France eno AS club no se Marc-Andre ter Stegen diabete en se Michel na se Michel en George Cruyff wo mo pese kwan bia so omodi uniam enso eba na se yellow na se AS for pese sika no Barca focus no mutua bi go unia wages no e wo soro pa omo pese Barcelona etua eye de sika ne bi de ma omo eno eye de metia sansem no ye de nyina eba mom enso ewo dwumadi ne sana no pay eno eye de timi ba bedwafo na so na afie no meti omo nsem na mom mamen kel se KFC adaroma na eye World Cup no omo de KFC Black Stars eye box meal ade ba uyi 100 Ghana cedis a unya eye chicken 4 pieces 2 eye crispy tenders ni ama last eye size chips no ye de bi enso de account ho eye 100 Ghana cedis audio raw also open Black Stars eye box meal ni bi ato more fisa wild deal no enso ekoso tua 35 Ghana cedis pe ye ama 2 crispy tenders ni asanso ama eye chicken ba ko de piece ni ama chips eye account only 35 Ghana cedis. Way a KFC pe eno a Saturday way. KFC a finger licking a good. Afe clean sound soap near afe wo so makacho some a germs and bacteria the own one the own no. So bet me ash woman so bet me kelly omo a clean sound soap no and a say you nekuta and say effective 99.9% say ebekum germs and bacteria ade am a GC brand they say it's all about you. Ota a to be FM bushafo nyina sounds and a person to say do the two. What is over brush anopa no brush and numera kwakoda with a pepsodent eno and correct oral hygiene ya brush in the morning brush late at night with a pepsodent yeah turn down 5 bedrooms na yesie ewo chronom red pad behind Adonko Angel Industrial Company Limited Chuope enewo a 5 bedrooms finished a house 0545 388 553 0545 388 553 now udum enkasa later say for makato so omode say see ameno kasa later for my same eba mattress papa almost 60 years in obi ani kroma enkofo bi enen kombedi Ghana for bone eno so Ghana Standard Authority for etuom so sa mattress abeda so de hia ba because wo dai obesa obe sorry no now you fit ebi on abeda sorry now abre na cha se ohunam nyina ye obasa eye mattress na ta o mattresses e wo latest for maso ye na omo e wo outlets bebrebe nationwide what I say and size bi a wo pe no uko aye latest from Abena B and so at Soba from Anao Kumasia a 0322 029365 Accra a 0302 231 155 now Enkasa McPerry a biscuit a McBerry a butter biscuit McBerry London old digestive no eno ena a predator when predict air matches no winners and subedisika obetia predator correct score and as a winning air team obetia dia chedia package from Kokra na no be yibi and so the show McBerry air butter biscuit McBerry London oat air digestive no enu bi ena wo hia na chese ediama akoye and so dia ma obo and the predicting win and so dia ba sounds and a UB air Clifton for 13th air court estate no makacho some at Eben or say to secondary school just 5 minutes drive from IPT na obviously the obey ni omo the dine almost see a dine 2 and 3 bedroom all a en suite what you say en suite a free and 2 bedrooms no a 920,000 Ghana cedis and a free no a 970,000 Ghana cedis na omo plan payment air plan them one and it's a 1 year payment air plan ho and as a bank air mortgage na up to a 10 to a 15 years so you say is here no afa my residence and so no omo 12 units of uncompleted buildings just almost see is in a kama obetia betobi 3 air bedrooms ho air makoma 12 250,000 Ghana cedis 2.5 billion now what here and also payment options no over to 50% na dia career spread and so the amount or air Kropon Kumasi 2 minutes drive from 13th air court estate no the almost here and away and so now I want say Black Stars able game na Ghana winia over to that be a 5% discount also edema will be a for 0209 86 1380 861380 Mr. Mwa na odi sika mu obi so nsi dan ma obawie beba no na wachi waya ofem fram ene UB aye Clifton for eni aye nkomo na omomo still dan kama enso emfama enum de tieno no na mame fa we entu jasem na jame babeja force nebum Shannon so mame say eso Obstacle Enterprise for omo and abeko who see what die now drew so better tiles here tiles papa triford any Mikasa tiles different colors different shapes sizes any designs no so Obstacle Enterprise and also branches be so opposite the palace after adum 3 branches back adjacent Jaba Jewelry and a view adum opposite post office and adum so ase we be at Champagne Palace so Abreport Junction opposite county hospital 0244 458 542 0244 458 542 now the so Obstacle Enterprise for any enkomo Kaisam Tonyama from China Afrique Logistics and Shipping Services and the shipping and so the Abadiama coming to show we will be out Tonyama from China shipping a problem the Mawa no Afrique Logistics your small parcels your full container door to door and a fast clearing warehouses too China you and a Guangzhou and a Ghana so Tamani Kumase line sound share WhatsApp line 0536 735393 0536 735393 now ni omu enso entumi nkasa amada roma yemfa first batch no ensu a remember latest ones no so no ma ba yidi from remember Christian and Maxwell eso okay
Andy
yemhe amono ne kakrai
adibi wonum na Andy unya ne wrong a uye nipa eso odi tum se widi menya ne wrong ye be start work up no and someone padodo no aka ye ne say ya increase number no from 38 to 48 no about dilute the quality of the World Cup.
Yeah.
One shall World Cup in your day. One shall World Cup no and you're competitive. But the one by arguing say every single team that came to this World Cup actually BB. Probably Tunisia. Apart from Tunisia.
No matter.
Even Curaçao. Even Panama. So the Panama performance in this World Cup. I compared the first time they came to the World Cup in 2018 and the Panama are improving. Cape Verde came to the World Cup for the first time and the Cape Verde team advanced to the next stage. And every single team be about World Cup we be no. We are sure that most of them Senka FIFA are expanded from 32 to 48 now. And Kasa countries in do 90 World Cup.
Yeah.
But our opportunity na FIFA de ma sa countries no obi oba World Cup ye bia no actually say there be numbers na ye increase here no and dilute the quality of A games na ye no. And one person na mekai so defend the asem we pa ye Maswo can say World Cup na increase there ko 48 no ebema other countries no opportunity to also have a taste of the World Cup. Share Andy unim say World Cup no every country be appearance fee $10.5 million. So the 48 countries that about World Cup no obia nyesika mfanko fee kra no $10.5 million. Now say 16 come boa 16 na koye no aka 32 na aka omu no and obia guaranteed $13.5 million. Now just imagine say or maybe to say Cape Verde a small country and $13.5 million and the day was this kind of kwakoye Cape Verde betimi asa I invest this can back into their football and their football is going to grow. And you know those of us that were saying say World Cup na increase and World Cup no nko time na increase AFCON from 16 teams to 22 teams you know we almost say the same thing. Say one shot numbers na increasing no ebedali to the quality of A games na yehwe wo AFCON no but say AFCON na yede AFCON no say kwa na ne boy yede and adaba kwa ndi wo kan ye ne say spectator nkosoro the international spectator nkosoro because more countries more interest more spectating and more money. Now every single day the entire one thing Andy about ni give FIFA ho ne say FIFA enyesika FIFA spending. FIFA send the money back to member associations you know. Any football clubs now oma contribute to omo tournament you know. And Andy onum say team bia the player able World Cup no. FIFA etua $11,000 for just one player. For instance, House of Folk Benjamin Asari.
Yeah.
Every day Biana Asari Eddie or World Cup Nasino. FIFA etua $11,000 to us folk. So for Eddie, how many days? May check you know, Yedi 18 days at the World Cup. Since I say 11, yeah. And then 29th. So 18 days. Chama Andy, 18 days, you know. Multiply 18 days by 11,000. House of folk Tifie. Sika House of folk Kenya. By virtue, say Omu player. Asia can at the World Cup, no. $198,000 and still counting.
Yeah.
Aside in film. See your next game here, baby. Your next game here.
Saturday.
It's a film now, cause it's Saturday. You know, yeah, that's what World Cup, no. House of folk every single day, piano. Why guaranteed $11,000 from a FIFA. Now in the Ogis Kappa. Country Ogis Kappa, no. Man City. Because Man City had the 19 players and about World Cup we. Yeah, funny say, Abia won't play a film. But at the group stages, you know, every single day, Biano, now Man City say $11,000 per player. Now Man City had 11 players and they call World Cup now. Every day, Biano, and the 11,000 multiplied by 19 players every single day. Now Man City had $208,000 from a FIFA. So World Cup no numbers na increase here no. Andy, ama matches na dawso. Matches na dawso a. And I'm say countries na dawso nti no. The interest of a nations na about World Cup no enso akosoro. And spectating akosoro. Spectating kosoro and the ain't for the deba, e sika the deba. And more matches also increase ATV revenue.
Yeah.
That is why you World Cup you know. Na fi fa nyesika.
Yeah, almost estimate on baby no mania 12 billion.
And the 12 billion no.
The Omunya no Qatar no. 6.6 after the tournament.
6.6 you know. On the bibia all factors are not the same. Numbers na increasing.
Yeah.
And the baby is able World Cup no. And the Qatar population you say. Compared to Canada and USA. USA in Kuakra ne host World Cup na. And 48 countries na. Sila no. And I'm saying US population was runtino. Kibenya more spectators at the World Cup. And I think that from a benefit of hindsight, yeah, near World Cup in Yanshe, Eka say more countries, you know, ebema weaker countries, any opportunity to play the World Cup and dilute the quality of the World Cup, no. And be sure that World Cup here, but so far no country be baby and win say apart from us on for na Tunisia for na he said mean that be no better you I'm
Tunisia Tunisia
I'm the World Cup here and the Omania even Canada on say before this World Cup na Canada about 8 World Cups ebia Canada about World Cup na no about 3 matches play na Canada emo even a draw at the World Cup 6 matches 6 defeats. But this World Cup now, the host, Emma Canada, one of the hosts, Air Canada, no. And their first game, Mukaya, because I almost some brutal, how many Bosnia about draw, no. Me, I never expected Canada able to me advancing to this stage. Again, there be a meka, see about tournament, baby, I will no, and also check how far you can go. What I say, Canada advancing, you know, the next team of Canada born, no, South Africa. And the only by you say, Serbia, Canada, Ecosia, Netherlands, Canada, Ecosia, even Morocco, Canada, Ecosia, any other bigger house, Biana, Abian Commontian and Vasse to the next stage of the competition. Now, for the first time in Canada for history, any able World Cup, Canada me advancing from the group stage for the first time in their history. Canada, drew a quarter final. It didn't see that. Now, one thing they see and they say, Maso, this is the first time one. Country or hosting World Cup no. Ebo the game outside ni fie. And the reason is that a co-host. The last time they co-host, you know, host countries, you know, obia born the games on the fie. And for the first time, you able World Cup, not a host country, able the game away from home. But Canada, I said, they are qualify. And Mekai or more tablet to be a Canada for. Newspaper could be okay say baby omo do bia no omo heroes also omo next game no omo sia Netherlands ni Hwanebo Netherlands ni Morocco a winner of that game no and Asia Canada and I'm not sure men can say NC but me say me sure say Canada e betimi ahye either Morocco or Netherlands. But baby or not drew no. Andy, so one team they've made history already. So for the first time in their history, Canada World Cup are advancing from the group stage or free group stage, round 32 was a team winning the next stage of the competition. South Africa is back. Go back to your country.
They've gone back.
They've gone back. Also, baby, I do not so. Also, near Japan, African teams in a 9 and a 10 a qualifier. But the possibility of having more teams to the next stage, any the danger. Baby, I do need here. Yanyaji, Africa, the 10 a qualifier. 9 and a team qualify to the knockout stage. 9 qualify to the knockout stage, And this Katawania, Nami Bisawa. Out of that 9, do I say the team qualify to round 16? That is baby, I say a conversation. First time in the year, baby, I drew I able round 32. No. In the previous World Cup, NASA stage will be no. Who said more than 32? Now said you be no.
I say we are round 16.
Round 16 in the year. How many of the 9 teams remain by Hoko? I can 8. How many of the 8 teams remain, and bet you will do the next stage of the competition. But I bet every single team that came to the World Cup, and you won't go one more say, Obi actually BB. And then there's a big game. Brazil and Japan. Brazil winning Group C. And Japan at all. Japan finished second in the Group F. Andy, Brazil first game was against Morocco. And on ball 1-1. Brazil ball 1-1 against Morocco. The next 2 games in Swasunino, Brazil winning game 3-0, 3-0. I think some say Haiti 3-0. I say Haiti 3-0 and Brazil bet Scotland. I said the Camian San Scotland anti. Brazil etopedia group Japan finished second in Group F. Group F na Japan finished Andy, Japan first game. Don't forget. Say Japan NLC game at the World Cup. 3 games na Ebono. Japan NLC game. Japan first game was against Netherlands. Andy, Omono 8-2-2. Go back and watch that game again. Japan kept coming. And Holland for sure, Netherlands Eshe, no Mabeti, no Mashe, no Mabeti. They kept coming. I want to say a boxer and the old bona and the old retreater Honechi. The more now pointing no Nandi Omoba. So their first game they drew 8-2-2. Then their second game again against Maso Nafufono. Only Tunisia 4 and a Japan. Actually Tunisia 4, Eshe Omokanai. And a Tunisia 4 and Timiantibi. And on my last game again was against Air Sweden. Andy, Omne Sweden, Abo Air 1-1. So 3 matches, 1 win, 2 draws. And Omo finish second to Netherlands. Andy, Omunya Air 5 points. And Onibabishia Air Brazil. Brazil won the first game you Andy, Sobakaya, coach Nika said there will be changes. One major change a coach in here. And it's a drop PA Igor Thiago. Eddie Matias Cunha, ebe lead the attack. Andy, coach in making such change, a pay off. Games at twice no. What's the first game, and Matias Cunha and about second game, about third game. He scored 2 in the second game and scored 1 in the third game. All of them, Matias Cunha Andy, what me about the Twatina. Or maybe about World Cup, Andy, or the target. Brazil target. Anything apart from the trophy, a defeat. Brazil about World Cup. Brazil acquires Argentina now. Brazil acquires France now. Only say France are new World Cup here. Baby on Bedrubiano or may disappointed because they believe they can win this World Cup. Sana Brazil tie. Brazil ba World Cup no. Next one this second crana. And Ghana World Cup this second and thank you jubilation. But Brazil ba World Cup. No but semi-final. No this second. Anything apart from the trophy is always regarded as a failure for Brazil. The last time a Brazil ba World Cup, I want me advancing from the group stage way back 1966. And that is the only time a Brazil ever World Cup. The last time Brazil ever World Cup. We a group stage, Brazil anti free group stage, anti-mianko. Anytime biano, Brazil will come to the World Cup and at least a group stage there. Brazil ebetimi efim. Andy, Brazil is now hitting up. They are picking the form at the right time. Right time because the last 6 games are Brazil abono. And they were winning 5. The only game of Brazil are winning, and you're winning Morocco number 1-1. So even the game now can Brazil and win, you know, Brazil and will see about draw. Compared to the previous 12 games at Brazil boy, you know, now Brazil win 5 pay. Before say Brazil, Ebeka 6 games, you know. Now Brazil about 12 games. 12 games now Brazil about now Brazil win 5. But the last 6 games, they've won 5 and one draw back pay. Now, Ebia opposition also matter. Because Brazil last 2 games, you know, and the back-to-back a clean sheet. So I'm say Scotland 3-0. And I'm say Haiti 3-0. Now, the same Brazil, Andy, now Ombenya clean sheet, you know, now the previous 6 games are now Brazil are bono. All of them, now Brazil conceded at least 1 goal. Yeah. And to the last 2 games, and now Brazil are ball and dominate. But again, let's take into consideration the opposition against Haiti and against Scotland. Okay. Brazil keep a clean sheet against Haiti and Omunye. If they keep a clean sheet against Scotland and the Omunye. Now, the last time Brazil shared Japan, back in October, a friendly game. And Japan said Brazil come in and Brazil Etienne. But the excuse are Brazil for anybody say inside game, you know, Makinos. Any Gabriel Mega Highs, Sa game no Omo Amobi. That is why they lost 3-2 to Japan. Mandy, me nyesho say Brazil beti na World Cup. Me dia no. Say me cat team say beti na World Cup na. Me fa Brazil nka ho. But onim by agin say so we Brazil team no ma. They are supposed to have a decent squad. I say team beti say Japan there. Brazil should be able to account for Japan. And who is their goalkeeper? Alisson Becker. Yeah. Let's place on record. No country number World Cup. Not all department, all the best in the world. The goalkeeper are the best in the world. The right back are the best. Left back are the best. Center back are the best. No team and the World Cup winning team. And all department, no quite the best players. You only need a core of the team one and the Brazil goalkeeper Alisson. Alisson is a world class goalkeeper. There are 2 center backs. Gabriel Magahaisa, Obo Arsenal, and Makinos, I will see a kind of my PSG. And that combination, you know, and yet a top class centre back partnership. Gabriel and Makinos, centre back, a top class centre back partnership. And Finfi, you know, even though say Casemiro, I am ready. But Bola Casemiro, a body man Manchester United last season, you know, on your bad midfielder. And the flank around Casemiro, no, Lucas Paqueta and Bruno Guimaraes. And a decent attack, a midfield. The attack, you know, Vinicius, Matthias Cunha, and a branch of Rafinha Cuprano, or the bomb of 4 Ryan Ababishim. And I think that even though they may not be one of the favorites to win this World Cup, South Squad way a decent enough to go far. Okosia Brazil, Okosia France B, Okosia Spain B, Okosia Argentina B. No mu you know from one. Ebe understandable. But against Japan there, and I expect them to get a goal over Japan. Are you not happy for Vinicius?
Yeah.
As a Vinicius coach, Ebe Buano ye Carlo Ancelotti. Carlo Bua Vinicius out Madrid. And a Carlo Ebesa Brazil team no. Ye the best of Vinicius out Brazil. Until Carlo Bayano. Now Vinicius about 49 games for Brazil. Some 49 games, you know. Now Vinicius has 9 goals for Brazil. But under Carlo Ancelotti, at this year's World Cup, no. Onum say before they started World Cup, no. Sane the top scorers of the World Cup now. Obi am for Vinicius and Kamo. Yeah. But the truth of the matter is that Ceci Ekasei, so can the top scorers of the World Cup now. Vinicius is one of them. Messi lady with 8 goals. Omoma Kenya day 4 Mbappe or 4 Haaland or 4 Harry Kane tried to or 3 what I say so nobody expected second Vinicius ebetima boboya oboy but under Carlo Ancelotti no Vinicius is doing so well before say Vinicius now Brazil only 4 players are every single game group game they can't group game at the World Cup no more twatina also Vinicius all games at Brazil are bono or twatina yeah omni Morocco on the twatina no Omuna's game against Haiti, about 2 goals. The last game was actually a goal. So every single game at Brazil about group stage, you know, I ran to Vinicius and so 8 minutes to Atina. Andy, Brazil, Brazil 5 players who, the first time, Jairzinho in 1970. every single game on board group stage, Jairzinho a goal. And Romario in 1994, every single game in the group stage, Otwatina. And in 2002, Ronaldo and Rivaldo, all 3 group games on Bueno, Abrante no suit me to Atina, and I think that Abrante Bakwa, Carlo Ancelotti by no Befa Brazil national team no Abuano no Vinicius. I expect Vinicius to make I said we bet me carry Brazil team no. Vinicius, especially as I said, Rafinha Copreno. Now, be Vinicius air responsibility. Name dear, I'm saying at any Bao Cap and say the Dinkeke. And a Juma say Vinicius here, no. Vinicius say, yeah, against Japan. Japan best player, and but this is Kubuno. Yeah, former player Kubuno. Japanese Messi. Yeah. Japanese Messi, but on also say Omunema, Oba World Cup, on your training to all their games, you know, and the Omobi. And I don't expect Japan to even pose a major threat to Brazil. In fact, 14 games. How many Brazil are born? And today beat Brazil October in the friendly games. No multi Brazil. So I expect Brazil to have a better of Japan and advance to the next stage of the competition. Mate, Mirasi.
Mamemra Maxwell, so na Yamonko, but I say work available with the following countries. Now I say work and pay. T countries are maybe. The number number 2 I know afraid almost say a work and pay. Denmark work and pay. Austria work and pay. Na UK work and pay. Number is 0550 218 294 0550 218 294. Now afraid. Now listen.
Andy.
Share I'm on no mammy. Now I play for Cheba for say Brazil to me we too ordinary. Brazil team wins as we too ordinary.
Yeah, Brazil skill new said they are no more bono or nim oshani niho. But unse is still keeping them true. Don't because unse World Cup in about North America. Any South America team neje and I'm bet to imagine Brazil and Argentina. Brazil so caught the last time about USA Brazil Nigeria, don't forget 94, right? And Brazil so caught the longest span. So mind you within these 24 years, and I saw caught the longest span on Munje World Cup. And you can never say never, but I agree with him. Say, too much brilliance, but they are still getting what is most important. Andy, Lionel Messi from the bench, Ebeshe free kick at the World Cup, and not a lot of issues. First of all, was 3 free kicks at the World Cup. That is the most any player biashe. Now, and also added to goals for open play. 19 goals now Messi has a World Cup now. A move 15 a open play 4 and a penalties. It's a Messi so with a record of most goals open play at the World Cup. Now Messi so a Bassi World Cup match not first goal openness. I only player watching most of the first goals 8. And like we indicated 7 consecutive games Messi has go at the World Cup before not a 6 a year joint. Now the hat-trick no share, and he's the oldest player in the history of the World Cup to score a hat-trick. That is 39 years old. Now so we 19 goals now. And in the first game no share 3 goals no. A joint record. In the second goal no share 2 games no. OBT Australia record not twice. And in the third game so share goal no. And also be just another record called 17, Sunday by 18, and Odiaba 19. All the tone say all the goals ne assist the bomb at the World Cup. Messi was 27, Washe goals 8-19, and a walk 60-18. That is the most. And to score a goal at every stage of the World Cup, from the group stage, round of 16, go to final, semi-final, and also the final is yet another record. In the area of assist, only Diego Maradona, Obiao 8. Messi needs 1 to be an ultra, but even that one, he still has the record. Messi is a player who won most World Cup games by 29. Also, player why captain about most World Cup games are no captain 19. Oba man of the match awards are Waji 13, 1 in a 5 in a single edition. And Oba golden ball no swa Waji 2. And all these are all-time records by Messi at the World Cup. So what it means that the World Cup now first na Messi munya de na yet me create make us say Messi beji World Cup. But that will not erase anything for him to be the best all time. He has still proven everybody wrong. So I'm a World Cup no cry the most easiest or the easiest thing crowd to do, and that is incredible. Now what is left? The Akani challenger ye trauma Messi all over the world. They say Onion Hononje World Cup and a back to back. No equally Pele. Onion was a golden ball. Or Bejene 3 times. Already Wajini 2, Bianje 2. Onjene 3. No extended record. No. At least the player of the tournament on the Onjene 15. Because Waji 13, Onji 2, and said a so on my World Cup, you cry, it will be there. Now this time, on making so best goal every match. Because I need a different from scoring a goal in every round. Because group stage over 3, which means 2 goals. Maybe last my 1 goal. But we know every single match or no Messi making sure say or best goal. Name on some 1 assist. No outright making it 9. Obey to me the accordable figures now and the higher 10. If these are the challenges Yetroma Messi say he needs to go all out and make it work. And what I say in the games now, Japan in to me Brazil. But so are proud to this World Cup, on friendly. Japan share Brazil. Me okay no pebisa. Any idea say okay na Japan na some way good when they are playing European team, but playing against the South American teams, Ayana Japan a struggle kakra. For what I know, say Brazil winning 11 I draw 1, lose just 1 pay. And as a Brazil so nation or what Asia or air ball World Cup, the last 4 Brazil 8 to me winning. I'm expecting Vinicius Junior to come up again. And on the part of Japan, Kamada Daichi, maybe the man to get them a go. Japan a team be or go. On the ball no goes but I think said this game both team bet to me as go. But Brazil will qualify. Say Oka say be out per winner there. I will ask you to go on for Brazil. But maybe both team might score, but Brazil will win. Germany game. Most of the time both team to score. Germany both teams to score on it because the last 7 games 6 na both teams both teams also because ba could me winning and Germany's share goal be brain most I know over 2.5 over 2.2 it's over here World Cup games the last 6 and they move 5 over 2.5 goals and eba but say oh share Germany a branch of an undev on na be I say more like why is Miroslav closer there? Would need free bench or any day on or basically I will not surprise say obey to me at so I and we used to bread defend Galazan and also a player be a very good obey to me. I say in this game because of the record in there say Paraguay mu lusukra I no moshe 1 goal and so mu lusu most like I 1 goal margin. It is a Paraguay ebe lusukra most often I no moshe goal. So this game to both teams to score likely because Germany will go forward but they still don't care what happens at the back. And sometimes at the back, no more committed some blunder mistakes. What I say, both teams can score, but I think that Germany likely so to me win. Say we are both teams to score, and Germany also winning, and even over 2.5. I think that is good. But you say a better team.
Aye. Now, if you're on the Euro, I say up to 4 after the group phase. No, I'm added the best 11. And sorry about our mass selection. Now the good thing is that there is a Ghanaian. After 72 matches no Ghanaian almost I recognize no na or the 11 no or the squad never to so one goalkeeper no for Vozinha Kevet goalkeeper no and defenders no right side no way Marvin Sanaya and found as the right back left back no Nakamura and one left back central defense no for Pau Kubasi and a Kevet defender na friend said Dini ono some friend in fifth no Weston McKennie any Abrantia friend say Vite Messi Vinicius Junior Mbappe and Ellen Brot Holland any players according to Opta for no almost 2026 FIFA World Cup group stage 11 we are best 11 selected by Opta analysts no and this our squad with 20 the good thing is that you were Ghanaian we are well represented and that is Marvin Sanaya. He's having a very good tournament. Yeah. Marvin Sanaya, Marvin Sanaya, Na Black Stars match, Na Max also was so rap match.
Yeah.
Na yehe. Yeah. Said yes, I give me Sikoi. The kind my baby voices.
Yeah, and the Croatia say Ghana 2-1. But remember Ghana ni be worry because on the day no not in favor Ghana. And those I say those things play football. But if I say on the day is a ma, next a wood team na against you and the obo bia a yes no kokra. But so one more born yes no kuna obo the same born na ubona a yet denya a besi. And why am I saying that? On the 27th day of June, Ghana Blasters winning match that. Both local or abroad. Maybe a year born the 27th of June, no, heading for Ghana to win a game. Will be able to me, I research for that. You win it.
Okay.
And at the World Cup, winning they're 12. Okay, I'm running any Brazil boy, no, share 3-0. The same date. Germany, Brazil share round of 16, no, 27th of June. It's this one, the same 27th of June, now you winning match and you winning. And you said the same 3 goals now, so that's happening. Yes, said Brazil share 3-0, and away so 3 goals nearby, but this time, acquire 2-1, so we even did well. And again, they say, Ghana struggle won the 3rd game at the World Cup. Mamintia Kwame do. Or my message by Madrian was no say, Max, game ya in England ya board draw. I am on count na boys in Europe on a debut Ghana see a Bob brilliant game at the World Cup. I had the subsequent game no ye struggle. That is true. Because over your 3rd game now 2006 yes United States of America 2-1. And they free honey and win it. In 2010 we lost to Germany. In 2014 we lost 2-1 to Portugal. In 2022 we lost 2-0 to Uruguay, and in 2026 we lost 2-1 to Croatia. Odiano Tonja, your coach Carlos Queiroz no. Ne 3rd game at the World Cup no most often no win it. On time results. On time results. But then Croatia's record against African teams are brilliant. And the 6 wins, 4 draws, and just 1 loss. Cameroon is show I think 2002 World Cup. But later almost by the World Cup they say Cameroon 4. But over coach na Zlatko Dalic no against African teams no on lusu. Injandi say na o hwe sa nyoma ye gudwa na edne. Na it was difficult for Ghana to win. Especially when also Ghana team, we scored 2 goals and they are considered 2 goals in 3 games. So it means that in the defense we are good, solid. But going forward, no, we are weak. And the team I say goals be brave. So yet the NSA and the 1 goal will frustrate you. 89 knows that if Ghana is going to win, it's going to be just a goal. But Croatia see a team almost concede goals. Because Christian was telling you on the say from there 5-6 matches they are boy in almost concede goal. I'm proud to say almost share Panama 1-0 on the pay. It's a Ghana might get their goal. That's why I so say Croatia will be winning a 2-1. Instead, clearly speaking, looking at what is on the table, the game was very, very difficult for Ghana. Again, Croatia a team be almost a heavyweight about World Cup and what I say. So for them to go out our group stage in that manner, and it was going to be very difficult. So for that matter, they decided to throw everything into the game. And technically or tactically, what the coach did right, and they say, Ghana are very good when it comes to defensive block, low block. No? So what they resorted to shooting from afar. So it was steady game now. They started shooting from afar. And no, you will not expect it. And now say short angas Andy. Say obawe tira possibility say beshe a higher than so bebo we nimu. Say o hate ball we nimu bebra. Possibly say beko outside never far bars on a higher, but ubo way because actually no a bar ne bend a bedroom pole etuminya ne direction deco. So they decided to do that. And again, almost how you sue crosses. Well, from this side, set piece no crosses, no, and that is really what got them the goals. So clearly speaking, it was very, very difficult for Ghana on the day. It was very, very difficult. And the weighing a prophecy, weighing a BBR, it is what it is. Everything was against us, especially as a team on the set date Yebobo and you adding on the set date Yebobo Ghana and we need that. So it means that we are not lucky on that very day. And these things happen even in Europe. Also Santa a ball leg near Yanas to make a say team be say so about Tuesday and Yumbra and you to me win it. Team be say so about Wednesday area on to me win it. Team be say be or bar way. Ebia a Thursday area on to me winning, and those records are there. Heading for them to win. And yet drawing a BBR. It's on the game ne dear. And it now her player for player experience near there. I think the Croats were ahead of us, and that is exactly what really happened in the game. See, we know yen fan toncha and the what I say. Now yen share what is ahead of us. Now yen no so.
Na Christian Babam Kakra na my voices no.
We are similar to 2010 World Cup no. Win your first game, draw your second game, and lose your third game. 2010 Ghana the 4 points in the qualify you. And the 2010 World Cup happens to be the best World Cup Ghana abo. Because any you call him. And the first game we win here. It was against Serbia. And a draw against Australia. And in final game of the group stage, you lose here and you have 4 points. Similar pattern. Okay. But Maso, I think that before the game, Ghana who see a qualify, a feed into our approach. Okay. Say, now who see a qualify, and a game one, now Ghana be here a resource to be able to qualify to the next stage. I'm sure that the approach will be different. But just a day before the World Cup, that game, Ghana for the technical team, Ghanaians, the playing body, everybody who say Ghana qualify so the results did not actually matter. And because of that, and no aim for me, the coach, the selection, any approach into the game. I'm very sure. Say a game when I Ghana here win pa Andy and Jerome Opoku coach in resting at any cost. That the coach decided say my Jerome Opoku they needed rest. Me assure that a game one and Ghana here win pa and Calabrinchi regardless of yellow card and Calabrinchi coach in the neighborhood. So sa qualification Emma Ghana for say the resource will not matter. Resource will not affect say betting qualify that's and qualify and it fed into the approach and the way we played. Ode no to nchen so obi ampra ana ye nyi obi ango trenten a obi nyi opportunity bebo why obi nyi opportunity because ya mo obi arrest no you must also justify why you deserve a place in the team. And certain players got the opportunity to play, and to be quite frank, they disappointed me. A game one, AB Krana coach in Kwabi decided could be a rest party. But the entire team rest party is that Andy 2010 now you did Michaelis try channel near Antoniana. The reason why near feeling confident, say the SN better chain. The reason why Ghanaian felt any team feeling so confident, see they appear ever chain. It was because the day was emerging. So party there, but party there are other players be more opportunity to also play and show that in the absence of such key players, what can you also do? Most of them disappointed me. Andy. But preview any review untiminye Abraham Modi. One player or let me down Elisha Wusu. Che spaces now Yedema Croatia for no. And in the number of times Yama Croatia for a ball short if we had gifted the same spaces to England and commended the same chances. We are sure so sa short neighbor French Rebado. Yet my England phone movie. Hurricane movie. But the English were not having those spaces. And maybe on Befabiano near blocking our spaces. But this time around, we decided to give them that spaces and short to me French and Basa and then fundamental basic errors. The number of times and it's a ball crowd as opposition in Brazil or Bejiu. They must work to recover the ball. But one can say Crabon now the chow position now and the one Jumana is less difficult for the opposition. And yet the ball nature, yet the ball nature, and most of it, yet the ball nature, nay Elisha, any Yenya Kosisibo against England was a beast. Kosisibo against Croatia was just an ordinary player. Ode Ebiana born emotions any your adrenaline ni pumping intino one pay attention to details Sammy abubo na wie no a woni hwe no just go YouTube na koboga ode just watch highlight the resulting corner na a man of no de benya second goal no Sibo should have just cleared the ball ode gina hono mu ana so obobo no so yede yo ogina ho ema mo gi ball no ana obo shot sa shot no and na go bound a ball and but for the agility and the performance one of the reason why I mean you say you can the best goalkeepers I was determined by clean sheet Asare go na wada ne de ke the best goalkeepers as nka Asare bem but Asare enya clean sheet but Asare net and sa clean sheet na Asare enya no it is not because of Asare o Asare part of the job there he did it and sa elementary basic error gifting the ball away no and the cost Ghana yeka Kamadina and obi anka say time ba ko kan Jordan pe obi so to Jordan omunya anya Ghana fo ba o say Kamadina ntimi mo na ye kan dia obi anka hwi but just go and mention Jordan na ba ka so na Jordan o Jordan o gidi efi Jordan sem and na ye ka say and Jordan about 2 goals amaya are we not the same person about trust you say ya Jordan abaso but when timi am na ko kampe then people will assume that as a Jordan and you don't want to ntimiamo or more ntimiamo no and the mabosi budin maboka madi din but Jordan okobo Jordan dia among for so Jordan nobody hate Jordan. In fact, we expect Jordan to perform. Me one player I say me person or succeeding more than on one kasa ho the way he want to succeed, you know, I want him to succeed the way on the person succeed. I Kamadin. I don't know why I like that ball too much. I like him. Yes, Jenk on Jeremy Doku, not Doku cry on Kono. By the same players now not or better than Dokuno. Then normal Doku crowns with the same problem. Not Doku problem decision making. Yeah. But then say Dokuba Man City, no, why improve it? Even though say the best, but you could see say at least or try to be working on it. Commanding basically the same problem obey the runs sometimes take on but the final decision na Commanding etima say bibia
how come so only Doku example Doku improve Commanding time be retrogressing in performance and I've always said this he's one boy at the Black Stars minim and no starting to make us say minim ade aya wo training ground so because she first na nkebeka say ani o2 Carlos Correa is super head in the ball. First game was starting, and now games was starting. Today, I know, and I two fans say coaches no, pick your selection based on training regime, training the players near. Now, bra boy, ya obejina park so bomb you with ye. Say I know training, and I don't go be quiet. And now say, I will training or ye be and Obedina Park and one as a day.
He has been called by different coaches. Meaning that there's something coaches in him, or then they so justify the reason why we keep calling him. And they said training grounds meaning so the way the training grounds and justify the training grounds performance. What we see any on match day and the match days, your man opportunity medical cultural. Say commanding opportunity the man no a local player edit this opportunity the man no and on Messi like that and the Kejani free say local player bia any afre no any man opportunity after opportunity and on Messi up like the way he's messing up now and the Kejani free and I think that Onon Kasanso me I like him Onon Kasanso and the on trust so be here a personal coach or just Sabuchi they are personal coaches
one-on-one session
one-on-one coach Fred they identify the weakness of a player no one-on-one now weakness they try to improve upon it one day ebefa bono nimbo dia kane the end product now the Champions League near boy na PSG4G say utie yekoye comment to abontinti no wadu anka what they were saying during the match because na enti me ade achi no be sa hwe match ni bim the commentator said when the small margins become the big margins in football the small margins could become the big margins so small margins ebetima be the determining factor there was a call 2-1 there was a baller na say Fatau a square ball back into space emobi ball dey share na Fatau akobo shot
ebum onu so sa ball no kuta na am say time ana owo youth team no gina chi no agba no e woni trimu je ball boom
sa ball na Fatau boom sa ball na Fatau ball shot no na hu hia say Fatau ball shot decision making the small margins Sabo no we were 2-1 down Fatau square ball now there were 2 Ghanaian players I know me on mark they were simply going to tap him then Fatau decided to ball shot na ball and so it did not even hit a target and force a goalkeeper to a save I mean even a corner kick So sad decision making kitten no and out of baby ti one small decision pay and you know the ball or the game neko and anya hwe awowi unti ye hwe nya yi coaches ni ntrase na saa nyema kitten esi ye no ye try say betimi aye ho adwuma na in a subsequent games no and ebi ntimi nkwankosi biem those small margins no in a game against Colombia and saa small margins no maybe the determining factor and they need to work on it.
Now, yentie coach Carlos Queiroz after the game. Or you to just a group stage, you know, a warm up. Or say the real walk up. And Esha said from the knockout stage, we a Blasters coach Carlos Queiroz.
A really World Championship starting next game. Group stage, it is warming up for the qualification. As I said today to my boys, qualification is not a destination. Qualification is just a credit card that you receive to deserve to be in this stage of the competition. Now you have to pay the price of having that credit card in your pocket. And these kind of games are really when the World Cup starts. Everything to the winner, nothing to the so that scored 2 goals. I think 2 easy goals was too much easy. They scored first goal and
Coach Carlos Queiroz and Jordan, are you a captain for the side or say you making sure you stay positive ahead of your next game in Colombia Airborne?
We stay positive on to the next game. Today was a weird game, very weird game. We were a bit sloppy in possession and we capitalized on our mistakes. And the most important thing for us is to focus on the next game, because obviously the next game is going to be either you stay or you go home, so it will be a different game. It's a World Cup game, and when you play a World Cup game, you always want to win because you want to keep the winning streak and the positiveness going. Obviously, this hasn't affected the mood or anything like that. We gave it our best shot, and we learn from our mistakes.
Right. I know Jordan, are you? And kind of Thomas Brandon Asante after the game was say mood our company down. And so now Ghana for so you lose to cry qualify. But I see after defeat, now our mood our camp very down. Thomas Brandon Asante.
Luckily, we're still through, so perhaps in that aspect, we're happy that it was here and not the first game or second game. Yeah, the mood is quite down actually, and it needed a few people to remind us that we're in a position that we're not usually in as a nation, as Black Stars. In tournament football, if we want to go the distance, the focus even and there's been coverage on the fact. The next game, things you don't know how it works. It could by the end could work in your favour. You never know. So we just have to focus on whichever game is at hand and give our best to win.
Thomas Brandon Asante answer to just say a lot of hunger in them because person making names for themselves at this stage.
I could get a feel for what their perspective was, and definitely cheering people to go for the game and to go and attack and express. This is where we want to be. We know that there's so much talent in the squad, and we want to be able to impose that on our opposition. But saying that, even in the games where we might have been seen as more defensive, I think that there's a lot of fear from other teams of what we do on the counter. So that's not to be slept on, because there is a very attacking threat even in those defensive phases for the transition. I think the the overall feeling with our fans at home that we want to make a new dawn of really going for it in tournaments and being that powerhouse that we know that we are. So we're definitely disappointed that we didn't win today, but we know we have that feeling inside to go and progress.
I know Thomas Brandon Asante and Yatenkano Derek Lucasen and the first goal at the Ghana. Now Lucasen after the game no and I say they are very nice to score name or disappointed say Ghana in so much.
It was a nice feeling, but I'm a bit disappointed about the loss. I think first half we had the ball, but we didn't do a lot with it. We were just playing around and we didn't do a lot with it. And the second half, I think we pressed forward. We tried to put the balls in and it was a lot better in the second half, in my opinion. Before the match, we want to win every game. So yeah, obviously we knew that we went through, but we want to win every match and that's what we tried today as well.
Okay, I know Derek Lucasen, Jonathan Mensah, a former defender for the national team, or say, baby, Ghana was a Siano, Ghana and Rubia, Colombia, Yabemo showdown.
In Serbia. I mean, you just need to prepare according to your strengths, and then you do the scouting. Whoever comes your way, you prepare, you scout them well. Because now the scouting department kind of like wins you the game before you even go on the field. So hopefully they do their work, and we also boys go on the field and do their part as well. We stay in the States, and even better for us. I mean, at the end of the day, you go out and still compete. So just prepare and just go out and fight for the nation.
Right, I know Jonathan Mensah and technical Mario Balotelli as Italy unqualified. I'm a walk up into the support to Odema Ghana and now Jose Felix Amenyo Yipa.
Proud about the Ghana. Yeah, they're very good. I think 2010 was the best team in Ghana. But yeah, no, team is good. I love player Semeno. I love the way he plays. Very good. But this team is good to be honest.
Na mami fa na memra Max on the Christian so honorable Kofi Adams. Uzana say beto ya say supporters obuko piemu ewo World Cup ya say amu per dem say by na honorable say supporters no ni oda CNTR per dem mu bia omunye officials of the team.
These are not paid any per diem. They are not officials who have special assignment to be paid per diem. The supporters are given stipends. And so the stipends are being paid accordingly, and that will be done. We indicated to them clearly when that will be done, and it must be done under an environment that is conducive. Because of the ticketing arrangement, Ghanaians in US, maybe states and communities around also invaded the team, the supporters camp, and it was difficult to differentiate between who had come from Accra and who was here, who is in US and then came around. And so we needed to also wait for Ghana-England game to be over and for side people leave so that you can have an environment where you can open. Since that have happened, the stipend they will use for the affiliate.
I know the sports minister and Yetien Nkano. Na me say yeah discuss Black Stars in Korea. I have this message. I was Andy. My problem is Inaki Williams. If you see him in the Athletic Club JC and he's playing like a top-notch player, when he puts on the Black Stars JC, looks like scared something. Well, how you know?
Semenyo Kraso instead of impressive. Semenyo Numina.
Ebiana eto kotokoya ayana yakam yantiasio. More baby and the umbobo de come on bedra. Because umbo and the ayana in yomo a lot of factors. What I say. Ebe kakaka.
Ebisa me say Ghana nya say so far the World Cup. On say omo qualify to run 32 no. And the Ubiasika will be no $13.5 million. And she say no Ghana nya kra no. The more now wako woni no. Now we just more. So baby I withdrew no. Run of 32. Ghana is guaranteed $13.5 million. And the $13.5 million no. And kameni beji pass and kebo tournament in every no. Now buying I say out of the $13.5 million ni nyaye no. Yeah, the bear $5 million acquire a legacy project. You really walk up no. Sika nyaye no 13.5. Ghana edimu 9 million and the $9 million enye sika ketwa wo Ghana ase nya ase $1 na hu se abrofo no kra enwe dollar se de $1 no tikwa ko tournament no maso why you should be $9 million a and cry too excessive. So nka $13.5 million no nka at least bear $4.5 to $5 million bidie e sika yenya a de ba be bibia ebe say develop talent ebe make sure that the next World Cup no Ghana will be there and be there. But it will be the same old story. Ebe ko World Cup no baba be dru Ghana say na the minister, the sector minister ebe ko parliament akọ render an account no one share sika enya no near blood nyina manasa $1. Me sorry PSC enya akọ echina we try to put the person on.
Okay.
Ghana force buy na e ti kroma say no ye de be pay US o.
Yeah.
Onim say ye see ticket no mostly na your phone so. What I say? Until we be in the phone ewuram ne scanning mo de wuram wi a na ono angasa sa de phone na pio age obi phone fufuro phone e de pie se okofa fi bibi aba no de nipa kro phone na akoma obi fufuro o chere me chere na so na nipa kro de sa take it na sa ewuram thinking that sa nipa kro na ewuram no asa pie say bia me na mas and we need take it me ne maso le ewuram me maskane me take it maso la scanning me take it ye wura no na ma pie age maso phone
e de abrem
abrew na wo sa de wura nti enra omo se bia Ghana fo no about 30 policemen and a ho no because na you overcrowded you overcrowded Ghana fo su buy no baby obi ayensesa and there's one person oka say onya take it ni 30 waton
Nipa ba kunya ticket 30.
Nipa ba kosi onya ticket ni 13. He was saying that in the stadium. So onya ticket ni 30. Waton ticket 30 ni na. Just imagine say baby a World Cup na kwa kodru no. Any the way demand e kosoro no. I'm not sure that the person will say they taking less than $1,000 per one.
Me 30 no. Me ma the cheapest Ghana ne Colombia no. The cheapest ticket as it stands now according to data ticket data. The cheapest $1,263.
Until so share ya most Ghanaians take it to enter the stadium, even though they were promised. One and say a deliver ticket, a demand Ghana for na 30 kodi bako, and a 30 kodi nipa bako, nipa krono when unya access to 30 tickets, and a 30 ticket in also no a ticket that is supposed to go to Ghanaians. Yeah, the man Ghana for saying go no. Then a kwabaninya take 30 no. Sabe na menya 30 and I make chama me nanfo for kra na ye nyina e Ghana for mache then na kwabrani this 30 ticket no e business e ton sa 30 ticket no. This one I cannot confirm but I say Malik Basintali ono kra cost stadium no oni ticket na yes obi e na pay ticket e de man before say Malik Basintali 18 stadium one. Why do we do this ourselves? Dear Ghana for the every opportunity biano omom cost stadium no 8 year they can ombetimi akanse en kwala sameboa
Abubakar Lewandowski time ya no your life is why no hwe na se na me guys Ghana England no omso ko nti enya kwan stadium inside se no Andy trust me what Sir Christian is saying is true. I have witnessed it against England.
Me say me sorry
yeah.
Somebody gave me a call on cost the movie and also baby no no police for about 30 because city back on nipa me inside so because you they take it in a player confirm but amount for be rooms abroad take it they no kroma say na da bia sa
okay yeah so
Andy
Max
abine she said no the buy na brilliant too but implementation. Also, there is one thing say, "Oh, good plan." Then another thing say, "I'll be to implement." That's all the plan. Be year to man.
Be execute.
Now being emphasis. Ye Ghana problem by execution or plan. Plans in the OB pa. Tickets near the my GFA so among be any government there. To my knowledge, I stand to be correct. Is around 150 to 250 pounds. What him say Ghana last game?
Croatia match.
Yes. If more tickets as high as $800.
Yeah.
Now $800 no the bus cities I say 9,000 Ghana cedis. Even that one the time no crow mudinya no. Now I said they are even lucky to get it. Why? And let's check something here. Say O drive free Massachusetts na over Philadelphia. That is about 288 kilometers miles. In 25 kilometers, 463 kilometers, Andy. O driver, that's more than 5, close to 5 or more. Because so more kind of cry a year. And the had young KB Adebechon. Now, O free or now by game there. Only say venue number board. Because Nipa Bebon so pa accommodation and they say movie faster. Now occupy accommodation. So people to make what that whole 3 days. And it's all put 3-day accommodation feeding together with the ticket. Net means that our brothers and sisters in the United States who want to support Ghana are spending close to 20,000 cedis per game. And the any joke business near Kano. And this shows how they love their nation, what they are ready to want to do to support. It's the little that the government needs to do to help them get the tickets, at a reduced price. And I say, and is that also a problem there? Then clearly speaking, na ubu omabem. And the government needs to step in because I'm here to this World Cup. The issue of tickets and a big issue. Share me boss stand firm. On a white branch and your packy. And now stand firm from near Dinkomo. They were in the car, no more call back. And you almost start driving back close to 5 to 6 hours back to their base. And
the person I spoke to know, or game, I think what me are driving back to the base.
Yes. Almost driving back to their base. They spend 3 days at Philadelphia hotel. Tickets in the crowd 9 minutes and on munyai. Now the air and so call baby or hono. Yes, you could work or say nyamai. Oh Ghana pray nyamai. The question is why? Sales see more diaspora tickets. Nandi to me for taking more corredia. It's a big problem because these people, you saw Maroso, oh the your boss BK share ship dealer nebia manager. And American S1 is a catao. Into the distance is nebia ye bobo. You need to spend all this money. Especially when nobody is sponsoring you. Into a joke business, Andy. A joke business. I was a government, sorry. Because Colombian. And make sure money Portugal get the number of people at Colombia the bar stadium almost say yellow Andy. Moye mistake I'm better 99% of the stadium. As make Obian Toronto don't correct. They are there in their numbers. I was surprised. Even Portugal na a European nation and the say born or munim bono. The Colombians outnumbered may say a bay 80% Colombians in the stadium. It is here started here yes annual we are. Who will be the Ghanaians at the stadium? And they are also going to pen the place here. Ghana and Colombia, yeah, ball away, right? African teams are back open a ball, yeah, ball away. It's minim say tie bese. Ebia Colombia bebo home the on first can them so bese yellow top net down white. So it means I will wear the white. Now you want to uncle for say oh white no man see and say. And you want to have someone say. And we need say if we really need to support our team, the government, so obem. Because what the people in diaspora, any young executives or more young business or US, so more boy or supporting Ghana, you still want to take them through this. Or understand your money see. Into weird next time no be few Andy. I was buying sorry now or ye baby. Game ne dear. I say blasters and Kasa you're strength to a defense. It must record in say young corner because I need a come and I hear Juma. Andy, why I'm say oh hey World Cup we are. Teams they set 3 goals, matches there 3 goals on the average. It is a when defending or problem. You understand the point? Good. Your problem is Partey air bought the whole no defensive midfield, which is doing well. Honey, any problem. Also, show the back in the very that position. Oh, back. You don't need too much strength. What you need a lot of intelligence. And I say, oh, pass and no, and a great. Wait, Partey is doing well. But deep in the midfield, Sibo, your friend say Elisha no. And the Emfa, who is the ball carrier? After Partey has done those jobs, ball carrier, when they carry ball and supply ball, you know, it's your midfield.
Untina Majida Shimeru, Yamfananko walk up, On say, yes, who can ye. The mass work a rally so. Your mechanical midfielders, I say, Omina ya hode, but a ball carrier, a creative midfielder, and the Ubenyan Fi Calibum. Unyam Fisibum, Sibonu Cradi, and they were too rigid. see enkoji ball no ye ball ni wi a obetimi agye say recovery obey ade but say ye to pass no and I create a chance there yentimi nye bi, and it is largely because of the kind of midfielders now ye bought in our games, you know. Maso, do you know that World Cup here boy, it is only Ghana and a shot on target in the first half. Every country including Curaçao, every country about World Cup here no, at least a shot on target in the first half of their games or mabo. Only Ghana and a shot on target in the first half. And how many goals have you scored? Ghana says 2 goals in 3 matches. 2 goals in 3 matches. And follow the same trend. Before I say the ball World Cup, you know. Sana Medikaka say you have to go back to Ghana versus Central African Republic. I saw 5-0. No. That is the only time a Ghana share go a ball game one. You have more than 1 goal in that game. Every other game be a no a 1. A one. Sa we are not scoring basically because we are not creating too many chances. And when we are not creating too many chances, your strikers will suffer. And midfielders, you know, acquire mechanical midfielders. Recovery. Let's recover the ball. Recover ball ni we are. See and create chance. And now bibi on near space be made ho. Emma attackers and intimi and utilizing sooner and the honey lucky. And I think that is one area as a coach in your Juma. Say Kasano Oti Facebook Papaya. Papaya message, you know, I'll say please, that is not true. Stop saying that. Once they scan the ticket, it says use. It's like scanning a flight ticket and thinking it could be used again. But Papaya, ananaya, but your flight, you know, a scanning ticket now. Does it mean that untimim paying free flight in Mona? Set taking the scanning. But we encash and scanning you. Almost scanning we are. Then they pretend that they are going out. Normally will be for take it a piaco. Normally the same take it, you know, as a room. That is the narration I ansaka. Yanka say take it, you know, and scanning. Mas was take it and he scanning. And I mean magic take it the PA. Semi ko Jones Aba. Nami the mat will be for. The background bar or ba other catch from say, oh, Ramunda and no PA and no asaba. That is the narration. Yenseka. So we are not saying say almost can ye anything no sesa na ekoso dia as long as betimia yenka so say because editing boni na ebre me say ni pakro na ka say ti ba bia no no tino police for about hodom no me more than 30 I don't be check is no. Let's begin to stop it and yet emphasize and na nipa ba ko penso ya ma 30 take it Andy 30 take it no then on nko nya 30 take it 30 near the amount so the ticket is supposed to be given to Ghanaians. Check Facebook comment. A lot of Ghana for coins or more born no street so. Yeah, when TV so no. Or more access to the stadium or more phone so and more match no. How can somebody drive 6 hours so away game or stadium only to end up in the street and watch the game on the phone?
Say, oh sha. You need ball carriers. And not so affected your play because our game no inflow. Into the air and it says you win ball now the backer. Quickly near the to the wing, you know what I say. Now your wingers no ASP test so that they move forward. Problem about your wingers no so almost so final decision no. Would your more seven also or do anyone would your person. You are a top player, Andy. Keep your head high, play the game. I saw per se or ye be on I say Andy all for so say. Who person will prove point unko enko baby ya ball no nim bodada nti stay focused na ball o ball oza otete to bebre ebi wa pass be so de no akanati no ati ato na e dey call. I'm not happy with that. So what the coach needs to do ne say Andy omma no amane chance na no amane mbre because I think say he can carry the ball well any babos you know and a bare possible crack and I so call like that.
Okay, my comrade na yeah, chairman Bright can come do a bonko mosisi because many be air Chamo. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, the room afternoon or how about a woman said as your morning.
Morning,
okay. Chamo. Okay, 8. Okay. Black Stars have won the last game in the group. Croatia. Ilusu gave it by 2 goals to 1. a game proud to that game walk up and concede goal near lose a match concede goals are lose match at the same time many more hono a home common no namudin say near say say you lose me and Portugal and in same baby after the game reactions no say city
you lose no I some them fans them wrong but I don't think it's a Ghana team no that was the plan in fact I think we're beating fair and square. My is a yes, that's you could lose. I think on the day, Ghana, also games I have been and I think that how we played against Croatia, it will be more like our best attacking game. Because it was a game I need attacking. Then set it back to say, in England now, we decided to have a defensive approach. Say go Pedro, we na be winning. I'm not for disappointment by the way we consider the goal. In fact, after that brilliance, a ball on the corner. I mean, corner no defenders in our man. A man can head the ball on the side. The only say this about, I mean, Ghana for the full game the bedding because the next game, I mean, you want Kansas City now. I want to say. To say let's say Philly and say Toronto and say Ghana for the two. When you Ghana for Kakao, you Ghana for some been there or Chicago near other places we've been there or Kaka, but if you wouldn't to say I had the Koyan, but all the same, it was okay. One of the things I'm for worried Kaka how we started our game, Jerome, Caleb and I am sure that when you see the animal and I say, we say this yellow card thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you coach him was over risky Caleb and Jerome because I'm going to pick a yellow card. And I'll pick another yellow card that you serve a suspension. The one picking yellow card, Bima, your corner card face now, your 1 yellow card, no scrapple. The coach didn't want to risk it, but at the point he was left with no option. Oh, and I never come in and say, also because the coach didn't know the team too well. Meeting even though they call upon the enemy, I'm sure that players he doesn't really know. Also, but it be a per the recommendation of the assistants. And for my NBA tournament, you need to show so on the camera. Because the players will be because Endra say, Emirates. I never quite make out between it's movie pa Yaban Jevene Salim Adams or Ghana Premier League. At the point when we now say the Caleb because we are left with no choice. Now we say we can't win for win, but all the same, maybe Andrew. Another thing, and I'm very disappointed. I mean, I think Jordan, I think it's his worst game we've seen at this World Cup. 3 games all with Jordan in the crowd. His work which was bad. He wasn't running well. No take on, no dribble, no shot on target, no nothing. Maybe for the Queen in Tamukaka. Nanka, I mean, human peace in the bed anymore. Or Brendan Asante, the other guys. Well, the same. I mean, the game we lost. I say, yeah, Colombia, Kwakobo. Indeed, whichever we bound over Cassania, area of New. You gave the movie and Sana Portugal and Colombia. So, what in Portugal had meeting Colombia? Portugal, Colombia, Portugal, so. I don't think that really
okay. Now, Chawan, I had a PMO in discussion. So the issue of ticket to one because we say to me driving all the way by Baby Drew Onyakwan in Stadium Wonko game maybe ticket to one Chairman send the city.
I don't think the ticket are being handled too well, honestly. Even though say I think the ticket one says some like a company because you have to be calling people. Oh, so the ticket manager of the FA, Inya Fedachi, and I know say a lot of pressure is on him because everybody is looking for tickets from him. Oh, and also my penny now you know who can UK. No.
Yeah.
So give the tickets to the people in the diaspora. I think the communication did not go too well. Because tickets, Ghana, you talk. FIFA tickets in check. But the moment you have some supporter value tickets, the only have somebody $60. The essence of those tickets was to give supporter groups in this argument. So you understand ticket and the face value. When you say the amount of both Fukaka say. So ticket in your choice 220. Now Tommy 500. One in FIFA price. You get my point. So ticket your choice $60. Now Tommy be $300. And no one Ghana for now one be complaining. And the accessibility of the ticket. Can you imagine? So and now before me complain via or say why or send me if you know a message the day of the match. Sell up a ticket or send a message and no response. Yaboboni Saturday and Sunday no response. So I feel that if you know a criteria a portal be a Nazi page we or more I'm going to link you to one more website where people can request for tickets. Or just because when you see a game, your ball Philly. There were a lot of people outside the stadium and no tickets were removed. Now there you say, oh, Ghana Star Cinema. There were a lot of empty spaces.
Seats were honey pancho. Nini Pazugu actually.
Seats were Ghana for him. And then your match is it looks like that's the problem. Because who are taking when be and all start on. There are people who are calling him say, oh, omitting me through ministry of sports or Ghana. No more tickets. The point is that people and tickets are taking that side. But ticket, everyone say $550, $600 for every category 1. Also, will get $1,000. That's extortion. People are selling tickets for $800, $500. About $500 ticket to very face value. Scale book at the end of $60. Mere fact that they be America, only America, maintain them about them, and they would love to watch the Black Stars on Saturday. Oh, and when something the drive comes in because you know a man up a Black Star. I mean, when you watch the team, maybe Thomas Sono would be assassin. Everybody wants to go to the stadium, go support the Black Stars, be part of this because I mean nobody knows when it's coming to the US again. Even though the US will request this up for 2038, I know FIFA won't give it to them. But you know, part because the last time US hosting World Cup was in '94. What I say? How many years now? Obiabu saw a part of this history, and they want to go and watch the Black Stars. But the way tickets are selling are bad. Almost castle open free. They want to buy it, but they want to buy it at the exact price the tickets are supposed to be sold. Only that now, sad. People drove all the way to Philly. No one can take it until he decided to stop because the war only say Andy times number one. Imagine Ghana give you a 5, and I say be a 4, and I a 3, only a 7. There are people only here around that time, so it means that they also call you off. Say be so we took on a game now. Any Philly game, no one more driving from maybe New Jersey, New York, you know. I mean, some of them are driving maybe 1 hour, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 40 minutes, 2 hours. Now, they also take you off. To take you off if you're doing no, this is a means of lose skill. Now, lose skill. Was that this car by tickets at that price now? I'm on for total. You know, it is a way you ticket. I just show you ticket that only take you off and drive you all that way. It must be going forward, no. But as I'm paying for you, or meet me if there could be a link or something. Because the FA has a website. There could be a link where you request for ticket, you key in or visa details and now MasterCard and now Discover Card and now whether PayPal or something, then you pay online. Then your tickets are delivered to you. I don't know why I even get this. Because every time I pressure bomb so. Because imagine say Ghana for never 10, 15,000, everybody's looking for a ticket. And the source of the ticket is one person. It becomes a bit of a problem. SM pressure about it. And to me, just in the air. And you best say the ministry have tickets. What do you say? Every ministry or mom free ticket because they bought the ticket from FIFA. President can say free tickets in the ministry or whatever. And I know say America had almost party free. They're not about Americans, they don't like free stuff. The best you can do for them now is they subsidize the ticket and also sell it to them at the exact price the tickets is supposed to be sold. Because if people are able to buy tickets for $800,000, $600, and they say 200, you should have got 200. You will buy even more. People will take their families to go watch the game. People will take almost and only a major problem. Almost say the Athletic, I have a story about this, about Ghana tickets one system. Some people flew over 5,000, 10,000 miles to come watch the World Cup, and they didn't even get tickets to watch their team play.
Yeah.
Bad. It is very bad.
Chamo, yate, you better see. Na in the course of the weekend, so no komo bi a be kire so no na yasa o na abeti e dey free Black Stars camp.
But you see maybe I do no my thing. It was Ghana for no one this side. Ombe only so maybe maybe we say because we do that Kansas say 70 hours.
Hey.
I say overtime and now you bomb of the 23 hours because also got transit to maybe na here. Or just say flights is here, man, 3, 4. I mean, flights you are also transit here and all that. Maybe in Trinco. Almost one decide maybe in Trinco. It's a very bay that area, no, I'm a quarter more. Of course, you baby. It's not certain this time, the tickets no a Jumano. Self-return, I so sure. Oh, now I'm going to tickets into the will tickets in Tama, they can plan ahead.
Yeah.
That's only ticket because you see America say, Andy, say, Omo will be only be your ticket and now, and then Monday, and Tuesday, no, is I can ticket that. The game is on Friday. You can plan ahead. Also, maybe you're having to take Ghana. Oh, yeah. Time so don't go to office. I was at the Hanover system a bit different. No, they call job because of football. They have to plan ahead. If you're best when you grandmother, or plans, hotel, because also Dama had chance and free we fly anytime and take it on Sunday. I think this match, but you want to run it's not going too well.
Chamo, era CBM, Bibi ni ebesa ba unche.
Okay.
All right. Ojamo, ere chairman Bright can come bodu, ena no ebo enkomo, the free US ticket in one any game na kasade one nyina no. Ena wama ye munchire mu nyina aka. Mamenka say men are power Royal Guest House. Ewo Oshim School Junction, Grace Gift ehono ma ufa ne mo ma. Ose Ope California Food Joint, ehwana be hu Grace Gift. Na anaso be hu menapa unim se hono o Kumasi na ope bia obeda waso ebedwo kama security 24 hours ensu nkania bibia gina so kama dem awa menapa Royal Guest House omsan so shuttle bia opese ofre na onu omo ensu edin sa woso ne ebefa ohoro bia obi na no afra 0543 556 666 0543 556 666 Kumasi Agro Processing Company Limited and the Angel Killing Certified no Eddie Abamakatro say men no kuku ema kati any black pod disease MSA kuku wabra Angel Kill Insecticide na wafa koko no so na chese make sure sa kate ene sa mo ne nyina no obo me ha koko we Cocoa Research Institute of Ghana eya na Ghana koko na behwe eno magya tum sampa edroni ye pa we obo de ebeso do so organic liquid fertilizer enso de abana edwuma aye nyina ne sem o de fagu asase ne so na edua eye wo no ba ya na bia ma mudua to so de sen tools eye mako jeni ne sa ne mane cabbage odi gusua na wadua ne ma no e ma asase no enso ye from na chese enyam akoyi we no perifo ahwe omagya tum Plant Protection and Regulatory Services Directorate for under Ministry of Food and Agriculture agya tum sampa ebeso do so no de eye pa bomadin nema wonsam enkabi obesa utobia enye na ewo eye omomoto agro processing and as what say omoto agro chemicals woni ema no se keba no enu maka nyino muto bi 0548618025 0548618025 Abio Gingermate Dental Clinic aswe makacho se ese problem there Gingermate ena yedebe ku bibia wo se wanya problem we won ma brush a na moja eba obi so ma sabi okasa na otu se pampan efrenum eba halitosis yare oba Gingermate ebe bo opesa wo show se no braces ni bi ana so opesa wo silver any good 8 liter ni nyina Gingermate se broma so ye nom ehwe enyi ni nyina kam enfmo Gingermate ewo eye Kumasi Abrepo Junction Bantama High Street Total Filling Station na chiwo omo ho enkran omo numwa opposite DNDC office and at Chiman Magdi Market Kenten Road so bo number no 0598731823 0598731823 na uno enkasa medima fo aba clinic Dr. Time that's yanko way esan say yare de aman kaman so yare uyo bia yare tete opa how ama wojo ho ba bia enye bobode se obeko aye medima fo aso na doctor enfa time ento yare so Dr. Time that's no na so any medima fo heba aye clinic doctor number no Chiroto was a yana be ye bia dachi ube here number no 0244 774282 0244 na ode omo enso entum enin koma Kenny Rose internet solution enso guso boy eba internet wonsema ofre na no abe connect with internet no enso de bia wo bia no just a phone call na chese abe connect enso timi do atum eno said the wholesome ACT kai national to say Black Stars Jesus no still you go so to be our sports center tuba no abeju JC kan nyame adma Ghana your next match no one more dey Friday Edema America for but they had Saturday ahomachi 1 AM ti okoda Friday a ade Saturday na match hey ti no ya ne sense ya beda dwemu a wi ana ya program atwa so na said the match we be say the ya hurry one about 3:30 we be so imagine that say give me travel ako extra time na say be 4 something
so we are no where you have it's say open ada yes so say open na wada wada pa no answer na wa match no ati and I want to mean that so the own you be out to me that
me on menye on se menye ewia me nda
ewia na ba force na da
ewia de ana na ketu e be
you man be that will be the only way guess I dey na we tema oba be heduma o person o de ani bre be heduma ewia no ba me tonko mic na ti
na me dwune ho no be yere pa wa za Saturday the program
I don't know see any be
any na
be intina me say any plan towards it we bet me ada on we show about to go fia kwada o didi bi o sorry a
me show me say masa ko shop
the American any we say ne was and any na o ka che me jai say me can be a on fa dia o ya na ya ne
na ko shop
any
e pawn shop 637
o
ko that time be
abroche for na ye mom take it na ye rough no omon ne da sa na no wa o de wa do say the be say we that 8 hours now omon ne that's how obi that 4-3 and the way to me o ka say we be say one day this Saturday no we are and I still be ko shop
Saturday
Saturday be
yeah so pon me za ko shop
enye hwe yeah
na happy birthday to you colleague legacy man colleague ewa makum we every papa lawyer Kofi Obriaboa Subin MP and we show a happy birthday. Colleague Legis man, happy birthday to you, bro. Nyankopon insure pa. Na we also say happy birthday to Engineer Edward Eko Oben Kenzo, the Chief Executive Volta River Authority, VRE, and our from Wycliffe. And I see and we show a happy birthday. Engineer, happy birthday to you. So and to happy birthday Eko Eddie Ama Mr. Kofi Frimpong Ninja Ewa Tonswagugu North Electoral Area Coordinating Chairman and your birthday from Wycliffe, and I was and we show a happy birthday today. And on air eternal. You find out the say na yema kwema bisho semra. Nyagopo yard mo china. Yebe sanso abo china Tuesday. Na di ohobiano yaba beto aso. Na yekwo Brazil Japan. Na ya Germany. America Brazil Japan wo siri. Na ya Germany Paraguay. Ti nyina be mulita. Eni me yakoso. Nyagopo kay nyina have a wonderful day and stay blessed. Good afternoon. Yakram.